welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to talk about how to make your arms grow bigger, and I have called this video why your arms don't grow, bro. So let's look into it. The first reason why your arms don't grow is because your technique. The muscle has three different type of contractions, and I like to see it this way. So the first one is the concentric. That is when we are fighting against gravity and the muscle is changing its size, is becoming smaller. It's kind of like contracting, right? Squeezing. The second one is the isometric. Is when there's no movement and the bones, they kind of stay on place. And then the third one is the eccentric contraction. That is when the bones, the weight is going with the gravity and the muscle is kind of like lengthening. So to me, what it's a really good technique is when we make an emphasis on those three contractions. So we really are squeezing the muscle and slowing down the way up. We are stopping in the middle, really putting attention to make that isometric contraction happen. And then when you're going down, really slow down again and make sure you are not just going with the gravity, but we're kind of like fighting against gravity and getting more stimulus to the muscle. So you don't have to think about this, you don't have to be counting the time, but to me it's good to have a tempo of like maybe 2 seconds going up, maybe 4 seconds going down, and then we're going to stop over here in the middle, making sure we are also squeezing the muscle in that isometric contraction. And also another cue that helped me with technique is making sure that I am not just going through the motion or just pushing the bones up and down or pushing the way down and up, but I actually think about contracting the muscle, like doing push-up, like really contracting my chest, stretching my chest. So it's not about lifting the weight, but about contracting the muscle. The second reason why your arms don't grow is because your exercise selection. So I haven't done bicep curls or tricep extensions in possibly 8 months. To be honest, I don't like to do those exercises. To me, are kind of like a waste of time, especially if you're busy like me. You kind of like want to keep your workouts as efficient as you can, and I rather to prioritize compound movements like push-ups, rows, handstands, shoulder presses, bench press, dips, that are movements that make a stimulus to your body in a functional way. What I'm trying to say with this is that your arms, your shoulders are not meant to take huge amount of loads. So if I go ahead and try to make bicep curls with a 40-pound dumbbells, more likely I'm going to be using a lot of momentum and improper technique, because my arms are not designed to work with that amount of weight. My arms are designed to collaborate in heavy movements like pushing, like pulling, or pressing overhead. So I think if you want your arms to grow, it would be best to prioritize those compound movements like bench press, rows, pull-ups, push-ups, dips, shoulder presses, and make sure you are using your arms in the way they're supposed to. And as you are working on your technique and doing that progressive overload and being able to handle heavy loads, you're going to see that not only your chest and your lats are going to be growing, but also your arms, because they are going to be working heavier in the way they are designed to do so. Now, the third reason why your arms are not growing is because you are not doing straight arm strength training. And this is something that I learned in gymnastics, that you can see also in pictures of elite gymnasts, that they have an amazing developed upper body. And yes, they do a lot of intense movements and workouts, but also they do a lot of planks, they do a lot of holding their body weight with the arms straight. This is not only good for the tendons in your shoulders and your elbows, but they also target your biceps and triceps. So if you want your arms to grow, make sure you're also including in your workouts some high planks, some inverted planks, some parallel bars. You can Google it and you can see that what they are if you're not familiar with that term. But if you just hold your body weight with your arms straight, even if you start just doing it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you're going to see you're going to be getting stronger, and hold it that position for a longer time as you work on that. But you're also going to see that your arms are going to develop, because it's a lot of endurance and a lot of work on that isometric contraction that not everybody has that expertise, and we don't work too much in the gym, so it creates a wonderful complement for your training and to add more stimulus to your arms, and they can start growing even more. Then the fourth reason why arms don't grow is because you are not eating enough protein. And I feel I kind of repeat myself a lot talking about protein, but it's super important. I know that is not what is sold to us. I know that when you go to a restaurant, they give you a bunch of rice, and then just possibly a half of cup of meat, and that is not because that's the way that it's supposed to be. That's because it's cheap. The carbs are cheaper, so of course they are going to give you a bunch of carbs, a lot of pasta, a lot of rice and beans, because it's good for their business. But it's not the way our body is supposed to work. We need around 1 gram of protein per pound. So you want to make sure you're eating eggs, chicken, fish, tuna. I do like a lot the protein shakes, and it's something that I prioritize, because I know that is going to be helping me with my gains and also with my overall health. So 1 gram of protein per pound of weight. And I know you're going to say, no, that's a lot of protein, but you're gonna get used to it. I know it's hard to change your mindset. So if you want to make changes and you want to see gains and you want to see your muscles grow, you want to make sure you are consuming that protein and prioritizing to have it in your diet. So those are the 4 reasons why your arms don't grow. First, if you want them to grow, work on your technique. Make sure you are truly contracting your muscles and not just going through the motions. Second one, make sure you are prioritizing compound movements, bench press, rows, pull-ups, push-ups. Third one, make sure you are including a straight arm strength training. So doing your planks, working on holding your body weight keep your arms straight. That's a good way to make your arms grow. And the fourth one is prioritizing the consumption of protein, which is the average 1 gram of protein per pound of weight. And I also want to say that when you build your workouts, you want to make sure to don't do too much. Sometimes I Google or I see like these YouTube videos or the Instagram videos of upper body workouts, and it's just not the way it's supposed to be. You shouldn't be doing 6-7 exercises in a workout for biceps or for triceps. That's a waste of your time. There is a limit for what you can do. If your workout goes longer than 45 minutes, you probably are making the strength training workout an endurance workout, which is not what you want. If you want to build muscle, you want to focus on the strength training. And also there's a point when like you don't want to feel that you're forcing your reps. Like you don't want to feel I kind of like I'm like I can't do this. No, that's not a good way for training. You want to exercise in a way that it feels right. Like you don't want to be struggling to complete your reps. And it comes also from the mentality that they kind of like work hard, no pain, no gain. But that's not how weight training works. That's not how the body works. The muscle grow when you're resting, when you're sleeping, and it actually just need a little bit of a stimulus, a right effort, right technique, right exercise selection, and focusing on the strength, not endurance, to grow. So make sure your workouts are efficient and that you're training smart, and you focus on quality over quantity. And that's my last tip for today. So if you want more advice, you can DM me. You can schedule online personal training session with me. That's pretty much what I am doing right now, just online session, which I think it worked excellent because you can get fitter and stronger from the commodity of your own home. And I actually have experiences that I have better workouts when I train at home because I don't have that distraction. I'm not focusing on the people around me. I can be truly in my body and being mindful about. I mean, it's just better because your training, it shouldn't be a way of vanity. It shouldn't be a way of like showing off. It should be kind of like a mini meditation, a way to kind of like really get into your body and be kind and connect with yourself. So this is all that I have for you today. I'll see you in the next video.